Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Hi, please join the family, subscribe. If you're an old subby and you're coming back for another video, what it do, baby? Today's video is a story time. Today's story time is about a very good night that went down south, and it's all because we went to a parliament. If you're from PE, you know a parliament. You know if you go to a parliament, there's always a story. There's always a story. So this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I would like to take a moment, just sit right there. I'll tell you about one flipping drunk night in a place called Parliament. Yeah. So basically what happened is, if you're not from PE, Parliament is like I'm guessing your Long Street, and that was in Indonesia, but like it's a street where there are clubs. They're just clubs everywhere. So this night didn't start as a night that I thought we were gonna go out. It was in first year, and me and a friend of mine, let's call my friend I'll call my friend Cynthia. So me and Cynthia came back because we had summer school. Okay, so it was after my June exams. So basically how my June exam timetable was designed, I was one of the people that had finished last that year, and then my mom had picked me and Cynthia up to take us back home because Cynthia lived very close to where I'm from, which is Mthatha. So my mom is on the way. I want to say this part because it is a very crucial part in this story. On the way back home, my mom is just, because we were gonna first start, we were gonna road trip and first start in East London and spend a night or two, then go to our homes. So on the way to East London, my mom keeps on talking about how it is not good to lie, and how lying is bad, and lying always has consequences. And we're like, yeah mama, unyanisile, we're feeling and gaslighting her. Little did we know. So on our way to East London, we get emails there, summer school. So we're like, shit, can I swear? So we're like, ish, we have to turn back. But eventually we do turn back. Now Cynthia, we come back to PE. Since almost everyone's gone home, we're gonna live together, so it's cool. And where I lived in first year, my landlords lived there, so we didn't think my landlords would have had a problem with that. We're sure. We're there. This is the first day. We're there, we're chilling, and then my friend gets a text from her friend. Let's call this friend, let's call Chometu. Let's call Chometu Luto. She gets a text from Uluto. Luto's like, what are you guys up to? I had a burgle. So do you guys want to pull through so we can sip it? So I'm like, sure, cool. Like, it's chilled. We go in our PJs, we request, we go to Luto's place. Luto's friend, let's call Luto's friend Nzika. Luto's friend Unzika is there, and we're all talking, we're all communicating. It's very nice. Now if you guys are or used to be like me, liquor consumers, you would know that there are levels to that bitch. It's the level that starts on your feet. When you feel it on your feet, that's when you want to dance. Ne? Sapolile, you still want to dance. When you feel it on your knees, that's when you want to leave and travel to places. Akawe, still grand. When you start feeling it where your underwear is, that's when you normally make decisions that lead to one night stands. Akawe, sure. Go away. When you start feeling it in your heart, that's when you start venting about your problems. Start venting. when you feel it on your eyes, that's when you start crying. You start talking about your problems and you start crying and yonke. When it's here, that's when you're blacked out. It's over. It's over. So we're taking these shots. We're just chilling. We're listening to music. It's nice. And then we start feeling it on our feet. So we're still dancing. We're just poorly, but we're having a good time. We start feeling it on our knees. Hey, we want to leave. And now, back then, Gandhi's was still open. If you arrived in PE after Gandhi's was closed, there was a club on top of White Tiger, Ektai Gondwana. So Gandhi's was still open. So my friend is like, there's an event at Gandhi's. Ulut was like, there's an event at Gandhi's. Let's go. We tell him, we're still in our PJs. He's like, okay, no, it's fine. We're gonna Uber to your place, change, then we're gonna go. We're like, wait. Okay, the night is still young. We go to my place. I change my pajamas. I wear clothes. I had faux locks. That's ban. Like, I was ready. We request. We take pictures before. We take pictures. I request. Yeah, I'm the one who requested. I request. We get there. We get there. It's not really nice, but it's okay. Like, we're making it nice. You know how sometimes places aren't nice, but the company you're with make it nice. So, we're rocking the party. Like, it's very nice. Then it gets to a point where we're just bored of Gandhi's. So we're like, you know what? Let's just go home. My friend Luto, Luto is the king of bad decisions. Guys, if you ever go out with Luto, I can't disclose the name, but Sana Luto will give you a night you will never forget. That one, so okay, fine. We're like, no, let's go home. He's like, no, guys, let's go to Parliament. The night is still young. Let's go home. He's like, let's go to Parliament. And as I'm like, let's go to Parliament, Kalok. And the thing is, our phones are still with us. And rule number one about going to Parliament is that you don't bring your phone. Rule number one, you don't take your phone with you. So, okay, we get into the cab. And I didn't request this time. We took a cab that was waiting outside. So we get into the cab. The cab is like, where are you guys going? Hey, the two yell home. Me and Uluto are like, Parliament. We're like, and then Cynthia and Nsika like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go to Parliament. We go. Guys, we get there. Yay! That's my luxury and a liquid lounge. But it's blue. But we get into the club. We're getting guys that are buying us drinks. Uluto is coming with drinks. My friend Cynthia is coming with drinks. Hey! Like, everyone is gone. But like, fine, okay? Me and Ulutongo are sitting talking because Unsega and Cynthia are drunk and they're just dancing. They're out like lights. First I look at Uluto, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I put a stat on my WhatsApp of Ipapa, and then, cause like it means do my Ipapa right now, you know? And then he's like, do it. I'm like, sure. Then as I'm doing that, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Something looks very familiar. I'm like, wait a damn minute. This is just too familiar. I say, Luto, I've seen this before. He's like, Nyani told me. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't remember what happened, but I know it didn't end well. And someone was crying. It did not end well. Then he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want to stay and find out who was crying? I'm like, sure, why not? Haibo answered to him. I'm like, sure, why not? We stay. Now we can drinks after drinks after drinks after drinks, drinks after drinks. It's nice. It's a fun time. Me and Cynthia go to the toilet. We meet these girls. You know, okay, when you're this level, you get complimented. Oh, Sam Claire. You know the toilet girls. You're like, oh, Sam Claire, oh, I love you like sisters. Then one of the girls start venting about, basically they vent about how basically Chomyak or something, and I could relate. So I'm like, I get you. I start crying. And my friend comes and she's like, hey bro, let's go. I'm like, ma, I'm listening to her. My friend Cynthia's like, let's go. I'm like, I'm listening to her. I'm like, I get you. And then like, I've cried so much. Now I need to take a breather. So I walk out. I had my phone in my boobs the whole time, because you know you don't put your phone in pockets. But Cynthia had her phone on Luto's pants, because Luto's pants had pockets that were so deep, so you could feel if your phone touched you. Like you could feel if someone took your phone. So I go out for air. Hey, I'm breathing. I check the time. Biggest mistake of my life. I check the time. Okay, sure. And then this guy walks up to me, and then he's like, hi. I'm like, hey. He's like, you're pretty. I'm like, thank you. Oh, I'm distracted, yo. My phone is in my hand. So I'm like, thank you. He's like, can I take you home? I'm like, I will. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Then he's like, yeah, you heard me. I want to take you home for the night. I'm like, that is very rude of you. He's like, how is it rude? Yo, we start going in and arguing about that. I'm like, how dare you? That is so rude. And he's just trying to distract me. He's like, give me your number. I'm like, I don't want to. Takes my phone. So in my state, I'm thinking, no. He's not stealing my phone. And no one would do that. He's just taking my phone so that I get number yake. Because I mean, red is for danger and I like red. So I'm like, no, Shem, he's just taking my phone to put his number. So I deleted the number. Then he starts running. I'm like, after the third step, he's gonna turn and give me the phone. He's just pranking me. Hi-wo, 3. Hi-wo, 4. Hi-wo, this nigga's running. So I chase him. I chase him. We get to a corner. He turns the corner. Then all of a sudden, I hear gunshots. So I'm still running towards them, and then I get to a group of guys, and somehow I think I had reached the level, yeah, metro, where everything is just the same and you're just colorblind because they just all looked the same. And that's when it got here. Sweet. That's when I was out like a light. I don't remember what happened after that. But the last thing I remember is these guys asking, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, my phone. And then they're like, who took it? Where? Let's go. I don't, guys, I really, like, I was out like a light. So they're like, let's go. Where's your phone? Who took it? Do you know him? Then luckily a police van ifike at that time. And then I think he sees the commotion. Then he asks, what's going on? Then I think I explain it. So fine, let's pause there. Inside, my friends are looking for me. Lord, Cynthia, they're all looking for me. They can't find me. Cynthia asks Unsika's out like a light. Nice. He's like, I think she went outside. I'm not sure. Cynthia checks. She can't find me. Now they're looking for me outside. Hey boy, am I not in a police van, a passenger seat? Now they're confused, but what the fuck? What is going on here? Hey, about Cynthia has also been looking for her phone. So Cynthia's also been looking for her phone. So she's looking for me because she thinks her phone is with me, as well as my safety, but like she thinks her phone is with me. So hey, they get to the police car. The policeman opens for them. So they're like, hey bo, and as well, what's going on? Why in here? So anything could have happened. And believe me, I know that anything could have happened, and I don't take that lightly. So the policeman is like, she lost her phone and I'm helping her find the person who basically took the phone. So if are you guys her friends? And then they're like, yeah. Then the police officer's like, okay, then we can all look together. So I'm not making sense now. I'm speaking word vomit. So my friend asks, well, what happened? And I explain. And as I'm explaining, she can tell that I didn't even have her phone. So she's like, my phone? I'm like, what happened to your phone? They took her phone out of Uluto's pocket while he was dancing. We all don't even remember how that happened because that pocket was so deep. Like, if you had moved a bit like this, you would have touched each genitals Zigaluto. So Naruto was like, how? How did they take it out? So now we're entering like club after club trying to find this person. And now this is where the story gets very sloppy. I think you guys have already like put 2 and 2 together and you've noticed that I was the person who was going to end up crying that night. We go into club after club and it gets so sloppy here. So according to my friends, I'm describing this person, how they're wearing everything. they find a person who's wearing exactly like that. They get to the person, I'm like, yes. Then as they're gonna talk to the person, I'm like, wait, no. And then I start crying. They're like, Anezwa, stop crying. Tell us who was it? Tell us who was it? Tell us what he was wearing. Like, give us anything that we can feed from and help you. I describe again, head to toe accurately. When they find someone exactly like that, I'd go yes again, and then I'd go no. So eventually the police officer got tired of that. Then he left. Hey, now it's a mess. Now confrontations are happening. Now people are asking why Uluto didn't see this, and Luto's like, how was I gonna see that? So now it's just a mess. And now I don't know who came up with the story or who ran with the story, but now all of a sudden we don't have money to go home because my phone was gone, and now my card is gone, and now everyone's money is gone. Like, everything did not make sense about that night. So Sham, these guys are like, okay, we'll take you guys home because I mean you guys have no money and you guys don't have phones, so this our team. And on the way, we don't even trust these guys. So it goes from no money because the money got stolen to the house keys also got stolen. The house keys also got stolen all of a sudden. So we end up crashing at Uluto's place. But Uluto eventually tells us that like, he didn't trust those guys. So if anything, he didn't want those guys dropping us lost. So he just wanted to, like, he just wanted us to keep. Guys, this is like a dream. I pass out. I'm having this dream. I'm dreaming that phone got lost. I wake up and the first thing I say is, guys, where's my phone? They're like, my doll, don't you remember? I'm like, oh shit. Because remember how I told you my mom gives lectures? She gave a lecture on lying this time. My mom had called me before I went out. I had lied and said I was in bed. Poof, it wasn't even a lie. My mom called me when me and Cynthia were about to sleep before Uluto texted us. So to her, technically, I didn't tell her where I was going after I had said I'm going to sleep. So that is a lie. And the thing is, I really did not have to lie. I genuinely did not have to lie because I can tell my mom when I'm going out. Like, I tell my mom I'm going out and she's like, okay, cool, be safe. Text me when you come back. Now we have that relationship. But I thought my mom might think I'm a bit too young to do that, and I had said Dizele met, so like and I used to lie a lot, bruh. I'd lie about the simplest stuff. I'd go to like a bra and I'd tell my mom Konke umbane, and we won't have electricity, so my phone's gonna die and I can't text you. Like small things like that. So okay, fine, I wake up, I'm panicking. I'm like, where's my phone? What's going on? And then they tell me the story. So my friends are telling me the story about, girl, hey, do you remember what had happened? Now I've never had my phone stolen. Ganja. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go to the police, because I'm sure the police can track my phone or something. Oh, before we go to my place. My landlords, I check if my landlord saw me. I think they didn't see me, so I changed my top, I put it on the table, we leave. So first we go to the police station, then they're like, they can't help, we have to go to the Humid police station to sort that out. Sure. So my friend is like, hey man, let's try going there and asking around, maybe we'll get it. We go, we ask around. Guys, we're walking to a parliament. If you know the distance from town to a parliament, like we're walking to a parliament, we're walking and we're walking, we're asking around. So like we finally give up and we're going to the like police station. We get to the police station, so we're like, what are we gonna say happened? We're gonna say we were walking to school, we're walking back from school, then our phones got snatched. Go away, that's what we're gonna say. Get there, we file a report. As far as I do you think that lady cares? The lady's like, oh, okay, and then what happened? What time was it? Sure. Then she's like, you guys can leave. I'm like, hey, well, aren't you gonna track the phone? She's like, hi man, we only handle serious things up. I'm like, shit. Now obviously I have to go home, but now I had planned I'm gonna lie to my mom and say my charger's not working, and then buy Utilili the next day, and then I'll talk to her via Utilili until I can buy the same exact phone. When we get to my street, me and my friend get here, we're like, yay bruh, we did shit. So we're talking, we see a police car. Hey man, I know this man. Isn't this man my mom's friend? He rolls down the window and he's like, "Hey, girls, Ninja, where you guys from?" And we're like, "Ah, we're from school." He's like, "Your mom has been looking for you everywhere." And if you know me and you know my mom calls all the time. My mom is the type of mom that calls 24/7, and if she can't get a hold of me on my phone, she will call my friends. So fine. So basically he's like, "Your mom has been looking for you." I'm like, "Ah, my phone has been on silent." And it's not popping that they know already. So the guy's like, "Oh, okay, do you want to call your mom? Do you want to use my phone?" I'm like, "No, I'll use mine." We leave. I'm like, shit. We get to my place, because it's right here. We walk to my place. He acts like he's leaving. Can't just better like a young U-turn. I get home and I'm like, something says wash. I get home, I quickly wash. I will. Next thing I hear him speak again, my landlord's let him in. My landlord's already told my mom that I wasn't home and I left in PJs and I didn't come back, yada yada yada. Because apparently my mom already called the landlords. So I'm still in the shower, so he enters and he gives my friend the phone. So my friend is like, "Hello mama." And my mom is like, "Zip your phones in. Zip your phones in." And she's like, "Hi mama, what had happened was when we were walking to school, sis." My mom's like, Alela. He's like, "Hi mama, when we were walking to school." My mom's like, Alela. And this time, Alinyani. She's like, "Mama, when we were walking to school." My mom was like, Danam, Alela. And this time, Alinyani. And this time, mention that you guys never went to school. Mention that at XXX time, you guys took an Uber to Percy Owens. Then you took an Uber back. And then after that, you took an Uber to Ekondwana. Your phones didn't get lost going to school. Your phones got lost Ekondwana because you never came back. And tell Lenda Yoba, you didn't sleep here. Where did you guys sleep? Because your landlord didn't see you." I'm like, shit. Then my mom was like, "You know what? In fact, give my daughter the phone." I'm shaking. She's like, "Yes, but I know the truth. You didn't even make it back home. You didn't even make it back home. Your phone got lost at Gandhi's because you guys went to Percy Owens, and after Percy Owens you guys came back, and after you came back you went to Gondwana and your landlord saw you leave in a pajama." Now I'm like, my mom knows about the Gandhis, so I'm not gonna talk about the parliament. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. So I'm like, mama, I'm like, we wanted to watch Prince KB because he was performing. She's like, "Fuck off, and you didn't even tell me. You said you were sleeping, so you're a liar." And this is where I feel like my mom always takes it like up a notch. Like, I'm already feeling it, but she's like, "You know what, turn it up." So I could turn it up. She's like, "I've never been so hurt in my life. This is the most pain that I have felt." I'm like, I don't know, in my head I thought it would be better, like it would be better. So I'm like, "Hi mama." She's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna get pregnant. You went to drink and now you're going home with guys you don't even know. You guys are gonna get pregnant." I'm like, "No, we know them, they're our friends, and we won't sleep with them because they're not attracted to girls." I made it burst. Like, fuck off, do you think that's gonna make it better? I'm like, "Oh mama, oh mama." Now I'm crying because I feel so bad. Like, it's serious, and I get it's serious because like my mom calls all the time, so it was very strange for her not to get a hold of me. And I mean, if I had a kid, I guess I'd react the same way she reacted. She drops the phone and I'm like, like, my mom hates me. My landlord's husband gets there and then he's like, "Ugh, are you staying here?" To my friend, "You know you're not supposed to stay here." So we're like, Kaume. So siyagoa so much. Trust, my friend has a place to live, I have a place to live, but no, siyagoa so much that we take plastics, put our clothes and belongings inside the plastics, and we go to a Percy Owens Kuluto's place. I think it's because we also didn't want to be alone, and we also didn't want to be together because we were both go sharing. So we wanted to be in a place where we were with people that weren't feeling the way we were feeling, because she was waiting for mother's call, because our parents had talked already with each other because of the trip that we had taken to East London, than her place than mine. So we go to Uluto's place, and Uluto's making us feel so much better. We're laughing, Uluto and Sika, like Nandi, we're forgetting about our problems. Yo, then Cynthia's mom calls finally, because oh, Cynthia, please call her mom on this phone. Yo, so she calls and she's mad. And my friend Shem, like, I understand because I was there. Yeah, it was bad. She drops the phone. We sleep. We have to go to school the next day because that's when our summer classes were starting. Yo, we looked like go. My mom doesn't speak to me properly. I go get a phone. I text her, tell her, okay, this is where you can get a hold of me. And then now this is where it gets so funny. So I was like, okay, sure. Then my mom calls me again and she's like, when your dad calls, tell him your phone got stolen. Tell him the story you told me, but use somewhere else, somewhere more believable, because you know how your dad is gonna feel, and you know your dad is gonna fetch you from the PE and take you to Mthatha if he finds out. I'm like, hey, she's right. Like, thanks, homegirl. But homegirl's not my homegirl right now. Homegirl is mad. But yeah, I decided that I wasn't gonna go home after the summer classes to give my mom the space, and I just wanted to give her 6 months to forget about it and then miss me. And then when she sees me, even a bindo that we talk about, funny enough, she saw me number 4 months later, and we didn't really talk about it. We didn't talk about it at all. She had finally cooled down. She had forgiven me. I had to save for a phone. That's when I started learning how to save. I said, you move right. And people think they turn over it. So basically that's what happened. And now the funny part is that when it happened to my friend, when the same exact thing happened to my friend, my mom was the one who told my friend and me that my friend should use the story that I had used on her mom. Highball. Fine, we forgot about it. And for a long while my mom called me Ukondwana because she would make jokes about it. And after that, I have never gotten into like a deep altercation with my mom in the streets. I got so traumatized, and that's when I learned that my mom could hack Izinto. She hacked my Uber account. That's how she found out. I was like, what the hell? So basically that's what happened, and that is the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't. It takes 10 seconds. It takes 10 seconds. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye.